Good morning. My name is Josie Block, and today I have the privilege of introducing our very own queen, Mary Paige Scott. Along with being our Springfest queen, she is also a queen of the soccer field, one of the queens of the senior class executive council, and the queen of laughter. Many know that Mary Paige laughs at almost anything, and her laugh brings warmth to everything around her. Not only does this make everyone feel good about themselves, but it also draws people into her radiant personality. She is caring and puts all others above herself, which is why when she got stung by a stingray this summer, I was not surprised to hear that it was from attempting to help her cousin who had been stung first. She was unsuccessful though, and she probably laughed then too. So please put your hands together for Our Highness, the beautiful and wonderful Mary Paige Scott.
Here's what we know. We all have good days and bad days. I believe that people who realize this truth and embrace it are free, or at least more free to offer and accept grace. Bad day. My sophomore year, I had the best first day of school fun fact ever. And it started like this. I look like a raccoon because. Now, a few days earlier, in a preseason soccer game, I had gone up for a header and I was completely surprised when the side of my opponent's head smacked right into my forehead. An absurdly large bump developed while my teammates tried not to laugh too hard when noting my resemblance to a beluga whale, calling me Mike Wazowski, or asking about my third eye. When it came time for the first day of school, I found myself sporting not one, but two quite prominent black eyes. Small children had begun to cry at the sight of me, so I tried to wear sunglasses whenever I could. But alas, school was starting. August 2021 was comfortably still in mask territory, so all Miss Dunlap saw when she called my name during Honors Kim was a suspiciously purpled girl. Dunlap gave me a mildly concerned stare accompanied by her trademark double blink, signifying some sentiment to the effect of, "What have you done?" But I had not yet picked up on this. My slightly off-putting appearance was also the reason I felt it would be a favor to all involved if I missed the school pictures that day. On the spectrum of good to bad days, this one probably ranked in the lower half. Good day. In the middle of a heated argument about the artistic versus practical approaches to how many raspberries go in the row of the annual 4th of July American flag cake, all parties halted for a choreographed moment of How You Get the Girl by Taylor Swift. After an intense air drum roll and an exaggerated side snap, this pastry team of siblings and friends decided to leave these minor details for our future selves to resolve. After our confectionery ventures, we raced outside and jumped onto the golf cart for our nightly cruise around the golf course. The speaker blasted all of our favorites, from the latest Harry Styles songs to 80s pop classics to the Cars soundtrack. I could feel the cool air against my face and hear the bugs that loved to glide across the surface of the lake only a few yards away. But most of all, I could hear laughter. Bad day. The soccer team took Gatlinburg by storm that Friday night. But a poor night's sleep and 2 tough losses later, it had been a strenuous day at the soccer complex. 15 hours after we left the hotel that morning, a feeling of relief swelled as we finally made it back onto the bus, tired, sweaty, and hungry. Once we picked up the pizza, the bus full of teenage girls on the verge of collapse believed the worst was over. But oh, suddenly, there was a flash of moving color outside of the window, then came the honking. As the bus's momentum slowed to a roll, I could see clearly that we had stumbled into the Gatlinburg Jeep invasion of 2022. For the next 2 hours, the team sat in the company of what felt like millions of four-wheel drive industrial SUVs when a few too many Jeeps got in the way of our dinner plans one evening in late August. Good day. A new mint green shirt and senior car decorating in the morning, and boxes of Gibson's donuts, and a large 2024 banner, and clusters of moms and dads offering congratulations, the unfamiliar yet exciting buzz of the last first day of high school. As I climbed the stairs, I was met by many cheerful calls of, "I missed you," and "How are you?" When I reached the top, I was greeted by a huge, "You got it, MP, let's do this," from none other than our own Shelby Williams. And as I made my way into the hallway, waving at Mr. Sohn and receiving no gesture in return, I couldn't help but smile, thinking about the number of cheerleaders I had run into just on my short climb to physics on the first day of senior year. Bad day, the death of a classmate and friend. Good day, being surrounded by good friends and walking through these days together. In her poem, Wild Geese, Mary Oliver writes, "Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on." Thank you.